Good evening, viewers. My name is Stephen LaFleur, along with my partner in the lab, Alice Kim. Welcome to Mythbusters. Tonight we are going to be looking into whether dragons are plausible or just a myth. First, what is a dragon? They are said to have features that were large reptilian, scaled bodies, horns, claws, and usually flew, but not always. Some also breathe fire, and they were slain. The history of dragons started about 5,000 years ago, where dragons were talked about. They said that a god slays a dragon and carves it up to make heaven and earth. In 330 BC, after Alexander the Great invaded India, he brought back reports of seeing a great hissing dragon living in a cave and people worshipping it as a god. His lieutenant stated that the Indian king Abyssaris kept serpents 120 to 210 feet long. There have also been quotes from the Bible saying, "In that day the Lord with his sore and great and strong sword shall punish Leviathan, the piercing serpent, even Leviathan, that crooked serpent, and he shall slay the dragon that is in the sea." Also, there was another quote, "And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon and his angels fought back. But he was not strong enough, and they lost their place in heaven. The great dragon was hurled down, that ancient serpent called the devil or Satan, who leads the whole world astray. He was hurled to earth, and his angels with him." So we know now dragons have been worshipped and also killed. As humans, we have a natural instinct to kill any animal that possesses a threatening imposition. So historically, reptiles of any significant size have been automatically and immediately killed when in proximity of human habitats. Large reptiles the size of dinosaurs would certainly be perceived as a threat and hunted down by humans possessing hunting capabilities. What about dragons flying, you say? How could that be possible? They are huge vertebrates, meaning that they have 4 limbs, but wings? The wings would have to be big enough or they could share the same properties as birds, who contain the air sacs in their respiratory system. They could also contain hydrogen, which could be used in flight because it is the lightest element on the planet. But how could dragons generate hydrogen? Well, glad you asked. There are some bacteria that generate gaseous hydrogen, and all animals have large population of bacteria in their guts. So an idea that bacteria would operate in the guts of the dragon to generate hydrogen, which would lighten them, allowing them to fly. Then what about dragons spewing fire? Well, in order to fly, the dragons need that hydrogen, but we know that hydrogen is not that inflammable unless you have a match. The only way in which you can ignite gaseous hydrogen at a reasonable temperature is by using a catalyst of one of which is powdered platinum. So if dragons were able to grind up these materials with their teeth, it is possible to create an explosion of fire. There is another theory that comes from an animal called the bombardier beetle, which has an explosive chamber in the general region of its anus, and actually mixes a couple of very reactive chemicals which explode. So where are the dragons now? Humans have slaughtered all the accounts of fire-breathing and flying dragons, but there are still sightings of the last remains of dragons, known as the Komodo dragon. There are approximately 6,000 Komodo dragons left in existence, and only about 350 of them are breeding females. This dragon only eats meat. It can consume 80% of its body weight at one time. It has about 60 short, sharp teeth to cut and tear flesh. It can run as fast as a human and are known to swim from island to island in the water. Komodo dragons are believed to be the source of the Chinese legends and folklore involving large, scaly man-eating monsters. So, now you know, dragons are still among us. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, we crack another myth. Good night.